And we're back. Teams are being formed in the lobby. My partner Bobacek is gonna be right on it. And meanwhile, we're gonna change the score here because, of course, this is a home production stream. And yeah, gotta do what we gotta do. So this time they're changing sides, going back for another round. And so far we've seen a win every time on the blue side, and seerees hasn't lost a game, so this is the first time that they are gonna get a win on the red side. That's the question that we have here. Had a very, very stellar performance last game, especially from Djibouti, who was insanely fed on the Kazakhs yet again. Wonder if he's gonna be able to do this fourth game in a row in scouting rounds. And we are live in the matchmaking game 2 of these THRLL Scouting Grounds Finals. This is match point. If seerees takes this home, they are gonna be the winner, but seems that there was a small problem on Champ Select. There is someone who isn't ready. We're missing one person in the lobby. They are on its way. But yeah, we're expecting to see some plays. The question is, what do they need to ban to stop Djibouti here? Because he has been popping off on the Lilia. He has been popping off on the Graves. And he has been popping off on the Kazakhs last game. Every time he was insanely fed. Can you even ban this guy out in the draft? Or how are you going to counter this? He's playing these junglers with a lot of damage and a lot of impact. So I doubt we'll ever see him on something like the Sejuani or the Zek or anything like that. So it will be fairly difficult for them to really impact him there. But yeah, we need to see how that goes. At least we're still missing Bobacek here. Not ready there. But I think the teams are almost ready to go. I wonder if they're gonna let the Swain from Luler pass on again. Was able to play that pick. Do think he was very impactful in that last game, but of course not able to pull through at the end. A little bit too much damage, and Araya couldn't tank it all. Or if he's going to go for a more standard carry this time. Looks like they are ready to go into the game. Bojack, are you with me? Turns out you're not, because your mic is still muted.
I am with you. There we go.
See, that's the guy I know with voice and everything, full flair. And I'm happy you're here because we're blasting into the draft. Second game of the day, this time for real. THRLL Scouting Ground Finals. Vounghuard against seerees. And I just spoke of seerees being on the red side this time, being undefeated. And if they can break the curse of red side and get a game in and prove that it's just all pure coincidence and that they're actually just so good together that they can make it work on that side as well. So see how it goes. See some of the same bans again. And what would you ban if you had to play against Djibouti? Jack.
Oof. So at this point, it doesn't look like they want to ban out Djibouti because they're taking away the Swain from Luler and Safas Shen. Maybe they're starting to realize that, you know what, we can't ban the entire Djibouti champion pool. So we can take away the Lilia, sure, but then he brings out the beast of the Kazakhs. We can take away the Kazakhs, but then they'll take out the Lilia. Of course, they could be, you know what? Let's take out Lilia and Kazakhs, and then maybe there's something we can do. But then he still has the likes of Nidalee, Kane, Echo, Kindred, on which he had an insane high win rate. the previous season. So there's just so much the guy can do and play, and there's a lot of things he can actually carry on, that it doesn't matter what you do. They do take away the Kha'Zix here, so he could easily just pick up Lilia again and just say, you know what, guys, this is fine for me. I'll just pick it up and you can do whatever you want.
Last time we did see the Samira and Jhin ban. This time they're both open, so I'm expecting them to be locked in here. Samira taken away by the team of Vounghuard, and yep, no surprise to anyone, Jhin being hovered already, just because they're more of the viable AD carries at the moment. Because yeah, I can't but shake the feeling that they do not have the biggest impact in the world in the meta right now. Definitely gonna get some changes to them already seeing the buffed Kraken Slayer as such, but not really the guys to carry or take the game home at this point.
And once again, we can keep repeating it every time. If Jhin and Samira are open, they probably go for the Samira Jhin swap, which in this case, once again, is going to happen. I'm wondering if they are going to put Nerea onto another tank this game, or if they're going to say, you know what, Nerea, we've lost the previous game. We want you to pick up your Camille Fiora, whatever it is that he wants to basically do. Go full strong side, go full IMKs, go full I do 10 farm per minute, and I just overpower the enemy top laner, which can be really hard against Safa. And there is the Lilia we talked about, gonna be picked up by Djibouti, and I have nightmares already. I don't even know. I'm not in the game, and I don't want to actually see it.
For the people that saw it yesterday, it was Djibouti's Lilia against Scary Mode's Nocturne, and he completely invaded him from minute one and just snowballed the game out of control, a little bit like his Kha'Zix, but then just from the start, it went that way. Second Hecarim, we also see these Scouting Grounds played by Scary Mode as well. Didn't do bad with him, seeing if Fightster can do it as well. Hecarim received a little bit of a nerf as well on the scaling on his movement speed and his E, but still a very potent pick in the meta at the moment.
And of course, the viewers here, Jan, Bobacho, are waiting for some hype Champion Select music. Where did it go?
What?
Where did the Champion Select music go?
Where's the
build up? Where's the let's giggity go?
Where's the power?
Yeah, Alistar getting taken away here. They saw it, of course, last game. A very strong Alistar performance from our good friend Matisek. I have no idea how to pronounce his name standing here, but they do take it away from here. Of course, the Alistar Swain combination was really strong, but the Alistar performance in itself was very good as well. So if they don't want to see the Swain, they don't want to see the Alistar, they don't want to see them together or separately. And as we were touching on Nerea possibly going back to a Camille pick, it is taken away from him.
And as we're talking, it does seem like seerees is gonna play on the blue side again anyway. So as we thought it would be a swap, they're just doing it again. So it feels like Vounghuard is really trying to prove a point that they can win on the red side this game in these plays, and that also means that I will have to change my scene again. It's almost as if they're doing it on purpose, because I prepped it this time and it's not meant to be. Overcheck, it's not meant to be.
Alas,
it is trouble in the world.
It is not meant to be, indeed. And I'm liking what I'm seeing at this point on the red side. Of course, yes, Djibouti on his Lilia and Safa on set, which he played more than fine, I believe 2 games ago, as in yesterday. But what I really like here is the Kale pickup, which is gonna go really nice with the Hecarim engage, which is also gonna be able to serve for Rusty Sniper's Jhin, some extra peel support. You're not gonna die here today. And then of course the Jhin Nautilus, which is a very, very strong combination in the bottom lane. And now we might see a Wukong, which would mean that we have a very strange combination here. Bendix, known for a Cassio pick. We talked about that yesterday, was not expecting him to pick that up at all, but it does come through. And we have a Samira set bot lane, I'm assuming then we're gonna have Benix on the Casio, Jabot on Lilia, and Wukong top. So I'm very, very, very hyped about this game.
And this is so on because you also see Nerea in the chat on the stream saying these guys are done for. Now I'm angry. He's gonna go in this game, and it looks like we have a placeholder here.
Not 100% sure. I didn't get anything placeholder-ish through. Even also, Melix doesn't know
Question marks.
exactly what's going on. Question marks in the chat.
Wasn't a placeholder. What's going on? Who knows? We don't know. The only thing I know is that I really want to see this Gale versus Wukong matchup. It's gonna be really fun to watch, because if there is a champ that can put pressure on Gale pre-6, then it is Wukong. He has the dash, he has the clone out to prevent any major damage from being taken. So I really wonder if Zafa can manhandle Nerea like he did with his Shen previously. It's gonna be exciting to watch. They're fast banning through his face, so we can very soon start this the second game of the Scouting Grounds Finals.
Okay, we have Safa on a comfort pick in Wukong. Loves the monkey, likes to play him in top lane. Let's go. Jabot on Lilia, we know he's good at it. Benix on Casio, he has a really high win percentage on Casio as well. So it's very interesting to see them all basically get their comfort picks, the ones that they want to get, except for maybe Lular's Swain was taken out, right? Nerea picking up a carry champion, not a tank this game. Gonna go for Kale, which gives him the possibility to actually take the game onto himself and just tell his team, look guys, we just need to stall, we need to get myself to level 16 and then I can take over this game. The thing I'm wondering about right now is the Aurelian Soul that is being picked up by Gale.
I love Aurelian Soul. He's such a niche champion that has his own playstyle, and I wonder what Gale is gonna be able to do with this champion, because you're playing against Casio. If she is able to get into the inner circle of Aurelian Soul, you're done for, because she's just gonna spam those Twin Fangs until you're gone. So it's gonna be really tricky to see how they will play it out. And I'm also really wondering what Nerea is gonna build on the Gale, because with the new items, who knows where you can go with this champ? Do you build her full AP? Do you go AD? Do you go attack speed hybrid? I don't know what the best thing is to do, but I'm pretty sure Nerea is going to teach us how.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see what Nerea is going to do about this one. The Aurelian Soul, have not seen it, was not expecting it either at all, but apparently, if we have to follow the experts, Aurelian Soul with Imperial Mandate and Rylai's Crystal Scepter should be pretty strong and apparently broken according to some sources. Here in chat, Imperial Mandate, for those who have no clue what that does, which is very understandable because I wouldn't either. Slowing or immobilizing enemies actually does extra damage to them. Also marking them for a certain period of time. I believe it's 4 seconds. Let me check real quick. Yes, it is. And these marked enemies then take more damage from your allies as well.
Is there a cooldown on the mark that you place, or can you just keep placing it with his W?
It's a 6-second cooldown per champion.
Because that is very scary that in teamfight he can just pop his W, mark everyone, blasting them for extra damage. That can be
exactly.
So really insane with the AoE combined from the Gale. Once she hits that, of course, Kassadin like level 16, I'm gonna murder everyone who comes close to me moment in the game. So late game wise you would give it to them, but of course you have a Casio is strong, they have a pretty angry comp with the Lilia from Jabota. I don't even dare to say what's gonna happen there. And the set support, we haven't even touched on that, is gonna be massive for the pressure that's gonna be put on Rusty Sniper on the bot lane, because of course Jhin not super mobile, definitely early on gonna struggle when he goes for it together with Samira's assassination potential. Malik's gonna have his work cut out for him to make sure that Rusty isn't getting cut into pieces there.
And right now, it's interesting with the Aurelion Sol. I want to keep talking about that right now for just a second, because if he does go the Imperial Mandate and the Rylai's Crystal Scepter, which we are expecting him to do so, he's gonna have the slowing or immobilizing effect from basically every skill he uses, right? Because of the Rylai's passive, which slows enemies with spellcast. Jin is gonna be going the Eclipse build, which 99% sure he will, combined with the Collector, which, of course, you all know is kind of like a mini Elder Drake buff, where if you get someone below 5%, I think it is, they actually get executed, if I'm not mistaken. So if you combine those two together with Imperial Mandate and the Jin Collector Eclipse thing, there is so much execution damage on the side of the red team here, that if blue side does not get ahead and red side actually executes this game really well, I don't see how blue side will be able to actually retaliate from that if the game goes equal.
I can answer that. Chipote. Chipote's Lilia.
But I mean, if he doesn't go 9-0 at 15 minutes, if he just goes like 2-0 at 15, or something normal, and he doesn't completely go off on the enemy, that's where I'm wondering there's gonna be a lot of amplified damage from the Aurelion Sol, the Jin, and then of course there's still a Kayle sitting there, say if she reaches the level 16, and it's Kayle on Nerea, right? So there's just so much amplified damage there, combined with the engage from Hecarim, the hooks from Nautilus, that it's gonna be a big boom fest if they actually find the combos they want to with his combination.
And you do have a point there for Chipote, because of course we have seen him every game fed out of his mind. How is this guy going to play when he is not ahead? When it is a hard game, when they're behind, is he also possible to impact the game in a way that changes it for his team so they can back into the game? Because it's also something many players struggle with, to stay cool in situations like that, and we haven't seen him there. So wonder if the draft that has been made here by Vounghuard is gonna test those limits for him here. Anyway, we're almost in game. The last bit of loading time is coming in, and this could very well be the last game of these Scouting Grounds Finals. Team Series versus Team Vounghuard.
We are onto the Rift here, ladies and gentlemen, as I write notes down, but also as we are gonna, of course, find a pause in this game. We haven't seen a game without pauses today, so why would we do one without pauses? Right? I mean, let's just continue the trend of this pausing mania, and just start the game with a little break.
And you know, it gives us another opportunity to talk about the skins that we see here. This time there is a little bit more going on. I love the Astronautilus with little eyes that go so happy when he starts laughing. So hopefully we haven't seen any emote spams or anything like that, any BM,
which is
Scouting Grounds. This is very disappointing, of course, for the league community. But
for the league community,
but maybe
the entire league community is waiting for emote spams.
Yeah, where are these? Where's the BM? Where's the mastery 4 BM that you want to see in a game like this? Definitely needed if Safa or Nerea is able to beat the other laner this game, then we are wanting to see some of that shenanigans going on here. All in good fun, of course. And meanwhile, Melix threatening with that dredge line, just waddling around on the border of the jungle of blue side.
As Aurelion Sol does hang around this mid lane in the early game, spotting on Bendix, who is just chilling there as well. Both teams not going for too many crazy things. However, we do have Safa and Djibouti going to look for this 2-man delayed invade. We saw them do this yesterday as well on red buff, Now they're doing the same thing again. Both of them running into the enemy jungle. Acel is going to be there. Look how low Hecarim goes. He's going to get completely pushed out of his jungle. And Djibouti once again getting priority and getting the early little wins that could actually help him snowball later on this game.
I can only imagine Scary Mode watching this game thinking, yeah, now you know how it feels. It happened to him as well on the Nocturne. Same story all over again. And was to be expected if they analyzed the last game where Lilia was played, that they were going for this. Also, you basically know that Hecarim is starting the Raptor, so expecting that invade could have been prevented there. But still, made it work for the blue side since they didn't really play around that one. And now Hecarim put behind a little bit, one level already and some CS. So Djibouti already showing some signs of a potential snowball that could go on. Of course, didn't pick up a kill this time early on, so that is that's a difference last time.
And now Hecarim is here for the first gank of the game. Not going to be able to pick up a kill, but does burn the flash. Bendix needing to use that there to get out of the gank. And by the way, haven't touched on it yet, we have 4 phase rushes this game. 4 champions running phase rush this game.
Yeah, and I would have thought that phase rush would have been a mastery that maybe been a little bit nerfed because of the Cosmic Drive item that is now available, which basically gives you passive movement speed. Fights are in trouble here.
Fights are in a lot of trouble where the flash phase breaker comes through from Set, picking up that first, but not the best, but also not the worst to have the kill onto him. Gayu really low here, and the flash hook goes wide. That's sad because Castro did not have the flash of it.
Yeah, that was certain death for Bendix there if that would have connected, but maybe expected a sidestep there, didn't go through, and yeah, blue side gets the win on that end, and the first blood goes to Smarty Set, which is of course one of those support. He scales well with gold because he is usually played as a top laner, and will definitely be able to get some nice items for that. Has the Hex Flash available, so still able to tread in the bot lane with his early aggression, but for now making it a little bit easier for Rusty that the normal flash is not available there.
Hecarim going really hard into this mid lane, but it looks like Bendix is going to chase onto him. He needs more mana to actually continue this fight here, as we do see the bottom lane of red side as well joining in on the fight, making it so that the camera decides to go top.
And we see Djibouti also running the Dark Harvest mastery. Already got a few procs off, and that is gonna hurt later on if he keeps doing what he does, because you're in trouble, but the camera doesn't care.
The camera clearly doesn't care as Milix goes pretty low. Great block there by Samira. Ooh, Rusty Sniper picking up that kill. Gayul going really low. Djibouti needs one more auto attack, one more skill to use there. Look how low he's gonna go. Pulling the minion there with him, has balls of steel. Throws his E out, for the damage there. And now Fighter is gonna find Bindix. Most likely not gonna look for the charge eventually, knowing that Djibouti is there, and well, you should all be scared of Djibouti.
And definitely shout out to Rusty Sniper and Melix for getting a kill in the 2v2 on bot lane, because that's something we haven't seen much in the Scouting Grounds, that they're actually a potential for the outplay in the 2v2. Usually a lot of jungle influence there, but here they managed to pick up the set, who was of course granted the first blood money, wasn't able to spend it yet, so good of them to capitalize there. And Jin also running Dark Harvest, getting those stacks in. They know very well Smarty's playing here with that Hex Flash, and give him some respect.
And the Nimbus Cloak.
Don't want to get caught with the Flash Phase Breaker there, because Lular's still playing an assassin-like champion. So much damage you can cut onto him.
Good damage. Cassio, Bendix trying to do quite some damage. They're not being able to continue that fight because of the minions. There, I believe there were like 10 minions there hitting him in the face early game. Not something you want to see a lot of. And they are having to respect the set Hexflash in the bottom lane, running Phase Rush, and also, if I'm not mistaken, running Nimbus Cloak, giving him a lot of extra movement speed after using a summoner spell. So even Hexflash counting for that one, making Jhin and Nautilus having to step back.
Jabota spotted.
Actually, so pushing now, Jabota is spotted. Pfizer is part of the fight, but so is Set, finding the hook onto Set. Eventually needs to use his Haymaker any moment now. Looks like it may be the Ankula. No, it's not. He's going to use it last second. Jabota going really low. Is he going to get picked up here? It is going to be enough for Gaiul to find the kill there.
Well, the top lane they're fighting.
And Hecarim. But meanwhile, top lane, the Cyclone gets used. Also, the redemption goes down, and it looks like Safa is going to be the one losing his life there, as Red Side is going to look for the first victory.
Definitely gonna pick this one up first. Ocean Drake going to them, and the next one is a Cloud Drake, meaning we're gonna have a Mountain or an Infernal Soul this game. Want a quick sync check with you, Jasper, because of course we are spectating on our own client, so could be a little bit of delay. On one end I'm at 752, 53, 54. Are we
Yes.
on the same level? That is amazing. And we just saw Jungle King Jabota himself dying
Go
here
down.
in this fight, which is of course huge if you want to stop him in his tracks from snowballing this game out of control. And a kill on Aurelion Sol, definitely not a bad start if you want to get that massive Cosmic Dragon on the board.
Bendix with a little roam. Looking like Lilia's gonna go for invade, but I feel like Nerea knows what's going on. He's in the neighborhood here as Jabota is looking to steal. The red buff Melix is not gonna spot him out, but Set is part of the party as Bendix might be able to find the kill onto Pfizer. Is it gonna be enough?
Too deep?
The heal comes through eventually for Hecarim, but now Set is part of the party as well. And Aurelion Sol does find the kill there, but Set returning the favor onto Gaiul, finding his grave there. 2-1-0 on Aurelion Sol. Not doing too shabby on a champion that we were not expecting to see at all.
And it was so close for Pfizer to get away there, but eventually he's taken down. Now Malik finding the hook on the Set. Is he in trouble?
Doesn't look like he's able to get out of there. And of course in the top lane, Safa versus Nerea, the battle of the Titan.
Nerea was able to pick up the kill there in the skirmish. A little bit CS behind, but won't be much after able to take this wave. And of course, if you go even against the Gale, then you lose. So definitely with the kill under his belt, he is well on his way to becoming a big threat. 11 level, gonna transform to his next phase, giving him the possibility to ascend after a few auto attacks. And then of course it's just a race to 16, so I'm expecting Nerea to stay in those side lanes until that moment, and then the impact will be huge.
Luller blocking Gaiul's stun there. Good little mechanical play there as he is going to use his ultimate, finding a lot of damage. Sleep is going to come through, finding the final tick of damage. Is it going to be enough? Haymaker coming through, and it is the burn of the Lilia passive, I believe, that picks up the kill onto Aso.
Yeah, not sure how the kill is calculated, because of course Sleep is a proc like the one that Zoe does, and if you proc it, it does damage, but does the damage count for Lilia, that she gets the kill from that? Not sure how that is calculated there, but Nerea and Pfizer looking to pressure this turn.
They are gonna be able to pick up at least a couple platings, maybe the first turret of the game, popping the Rift Herald as well there to keep pressuring the top side here. It is of course gonna make the top lane a lot longer for Nerea. Are they looking to lane swap after that, or will they put Nerea into the longer lane as Bendix is in a lot of trouble? Finds the damage eventually together with his jungler Jabota taking up another kill. Soul missing his ultimate, and now the Bambi has got to run straight line flash. Never a good idea against the CC that flies in a straight line as well. Gets picked up eventually. by the likes of Red Side.
Bind from Rusty Sniper, finding its mark. Djibouti goes down 2-2. Definitely not the jungle performance we've seen from him so far. Well, good anticipation by the red side here, and of course the Nerea, when I'm looking at the build, going very heavy into the attack speed, expecting a Nashor's Tooth buy from him. And that means that they're gonna have continuous damage for days with Nerea and Aurelion Sol together. There's also no tank to Shrek, so they're gonna fall so fast if they're able to do some deeps at the right time. And at the moment, gold-wise almost at the same level. A Drake in the pocket of red side, and the next one is spawning very soon, so I'm expecting to get a ward war right there.
At this point the tempo in the game is relatively high, both teams fighting quite a lot. Also, once again, both teams looking for this Drake play here. Is this something we are wanting to see? We want to see from red side, because they do have the kill. They want to scale to that level 16, but they keep actually going for rather aggressive plays here. However, of course, it is blue side going a lot more aggressive.
Engage from Djibouti.
As we see here again, where Djibouti tries to find a sleep on the Nautilus, not the target we want to see. The unstoppable engage by Hecarim finds the kill onto Lunar, but now Djibouti is there, and that's not something we want to see. Kale is part of the story as well, but they do find the kill eventually onto Hecarim. Looks like they want to disengage here. Milex is back into the fight here. Set may be able to get out of this one, not looking very good for him, as Jin is trying to find a slow onto Cassio. He's gonna juke. That's done with the phase rush. Milex gonna go really low here. Aurelion Sol's ultimate Bendix is gonna survive eventually. Blue side, are you gonna pick up the flying dragon? Not enough. The 1 HP Aesol gets out. And no kills there for Djibouti, but a couple assists at least, so he could turn this game around still, as he does maybe find the Rusty Sniper here, but it looks like he's gonna be the one who finds the kill. However, the exhaust comes through the snipe hit, but pulls him out with the popcorn.
Collapse on the rear, but he's gonna get out with the flash.
However,
no turret.
Gonna get out? I don't know. There is, of course, the phase rush Bendix right here. He does get slowed there. 1 or 2 more Twin Fangs will be enough to pick up the kill. And Cassio at this point 3 on a champion that he really likes to play. Scary stuff.
Yeah, I want to continue, but they just keep going at it. Safa in trouble now.
The fights keep coming. Safa indeed is gonna be in trouble here. Looking like he's not. He is, sorry, gonna go down eventually to the boys, and both top laners trying their best to impact the game, but at this point it's Nerea who's doing the most.
You see Nerea's build rushing the Nashor's Tooth and now going for the Rift Maker as his mythic item, so isn't going for it first buy, which is always the question in this new meta, like how important is it to get your mythic right off the bat, but sometimes there is an exception, and that is showing right here. And you say, yeah, what's the pace that the red side needs to play here, because they have the kill, do they need to scale? But of course, if you look at the other 4 players of their squad, they are perfectly capable on fighting at this point, because of course the Hecarim is in a good spot early game with his damage that he can output at level with a few items. So they can fight, and Nerea already did a TP in to get some kills on his way. He's level 11, so even if he's not level 16, he is having a serious impact, and Wukong currently can't really stop him in the 1v1, so it is already a problem for the blue side, and it's not even his final form.
It's not even his final form, as Aurelion has finished his Imperial Mandate, bringing that mythic in. Of course, Kale looking for that Nashor's Tooth as a first item, not going for a mythic first, once the attack speed on hit damage, and he's probably going to look for a Rift Maker, I assume, right now, although I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like with a Leeching here that he will go for that, as Fighter is going to look for another engage. Teleport going to come through here. Safa maybe going to find a Cyclone onto Gayul. It is going to be a hit, the sleep from Lilia is not going to be enough. Onslaught of Shadows is used to jump away there, as Gayul does get picked up. Rusty Sniper is part of the story now. Great hook there from Nautilus to pick up the monkey, while in mid lane Luller might have bitten off a bit when he can chew. Yikes.
Still going at it, pressuring the turret here, and everyone's falling left, right, and center, but it's blue side that is kind of manhandling them at this point. For good measure, Jebote just picking up the triple kill. 5 and 2. We were saying that he isn't having the same impact as he was having last game, and he heard it, and he's making up for it with this very, very nice play on the top lane.
I mean, I was thinking, is this gonna be the game where Jebote is not gonna have as much multi-kills as he's had during the course of this scouting grounds? But I mean, he picked up a triple kill. I'm assuming he's gonna pick up some more triple kills, a couple quadras, maybe a penta, who knows? At this point, he's gonna be able to do a lot of damage, gonna be a cause for a lot of nuisance as well here in these fights, because, you know, the prancing Bambi, always annoying with that movement speed.
And we were asking the question at the start of the game, how is Jebote going to react in a game where he isn't super fed from the start? Well, you saw it here, he was having some trouble, getting killed a few times as well, and still able to pick up the triple kill and having an impact as a jungler. So that answers that question, that he can still do it, even if he isn't having the best start in the world. Picking up the second Drake, it is a mount rune, so not as important as the last games, but it's still nice to have that little extra stat boost for your team.
Yeah, both teams not really looking to go for a mount, so with the drafts they went for this game. However, of course, it is still Soul. You still want to pick it up rather than not, as the set is going to be picked up. He is quite tanky at this point. Maybe going to even get out. The last auto attack from the ASOL is going to be enough to pick that up. 12 in kills, 1.3k gold lead for the blue side, so it's not that much. It's actually pretty even at this point in time. We could see a red side victory.
Yeah. It's already time to say Bendik's in trouble here. He's gonna be taken down by Gyul, and it's a good timing because watch out, Lilia in trouble.
Lilia is in trouble, finds a good double sleep there eventually to save her own butt and get out of the fight there. Still 5-2 and 3. Does have the Night Harvester. Of course, very nice little extra burst on Lilia. Something to watch out for. At this point, however, 3-1 and 2 kill, level 14 already, 20 minutes in. Close to level 16.
It's going very, very fast for him. Keeps spending the time in those side lanes. Of course, it's what you want to do as a Gale, and once you're level 16, you unleash your power on the world. And I was just wondering,
he has 215 farm.
Is there even that much farm in the lane? Or is he just gathering sources from all out the world, like a spirit bomb ready to be thrown on Namek?
There definitely isn't that much in the lane, I believe. There might be. Of course, he is known for getting 10 CS per minute, so it's not that unusual for him to be at this farm at this point in the game. But he's way ahead of Safas. And he could easily 1v9 this game.
It has the Rift Maker, so sustain for days at this moment. Omnivamp for the win. And what I just wanted to say, Jebote going for the Night Harvester. And I was thinking with the buffs to the Cosmic Drive, if that was not a good buy for Lilia at some point, because with the movement speed that she already has, plus the Cosmic Drive seems a little bit OP, but not going for that at this time.
Just looking for a basic damage build at this point in time. Luller gonna get hooked, ulted. I have no idea what just happened there. Bendix, however, does get picked up, and now the ultimate from Jin coming through. Does not have the collector yet, but is doing a lot of damage. Tries to juke them. I believe that was, and now Djibouti might be in trouble here. Is gonna have to run for his life. It's not part of the fight there either. Not picked up, but it looks like Red Side is gonna go for a cheeky Baron here.
Yeah, and there's not much that the blue side can do about it. Team Series on the back foot at this point of the game for the first time to see it in the scouting grounds. It's really a Vounghuard taking over with the comp that they have drafted, with the plays they're making so far, picking up the Baron, and they're able to push very hard now, because again, Nerea in the side lane, no one can really match him at this point. So with a Baron up Gale there, that will be yeah, very, very annoying to deal with. Towers will be falling. The only question that remains is how much, if they can break open the base.
16.
It's so much pressure that that they will have to deal with the super minions, and the dragon is spawning as well. So I'm not sure if they can contest this at this point.
Kale has just hit level 16 a couple seconds ago, meaning that she will now be exalted, or whatever it's called, constantly from now on. Nerea has to take this game home. Yes, he has the Asol who's pretty fed. Yes, he has the Jin who's really strong at this point. But it's gonna be a lot of pressure onto Nerea here to see if he can find the damage and positioning he needs to in this fight. But at this point, it looks like he's just gonna keep split pushing with the Baron play now. Cassio coming in from behind, and Samira close as well. But it looks like Bendix is alone. Look at the damage. He even jukes the petrifying gaze from Cassio, and then Gayu in with the damage. Sonya's coming through, finds the flash ultimate to pick up the kill. Kale is still close by as Pfizer is gonna pick up or try to pick up the first Earthquake for his team.
Will sleep on Rusty Sniper, in trouble now because Zafa knows what he has to do. He just leaves him there for Lunar to pick up, but now Nerea there for the damage.
Nerea is definitely there for the damage. Zafa offering his life up for, oh my Jesus, Nerea is actually doing the 1v9s at this point. Known 1v9er. He is definitely able to carry this game almost by himself. His team did really well earlier on to actually give him the room, the space to get to level 16, and at this point he has a death cap. He has Rabadon's death cap, guys. He has Riftake, he has Nashus too. What do you do against this skill? Literally nothing you can do. On top of that, there's the heal he has from himself, the Omnivamp, one last auto attack, killing the Cassio on her own fountain. And it is gonna be a 1-1 at this point. The damage from Kale, it's too much. There's nothing they can do. They flash behind him, however, finally the shutdown thanks to the fountain. One Nexus Turret has fallen. Nautilus is not gonna give up before this Nexus Tower falls as well. And now Fighter and Milix are gonna have to try and get out of this one. However, it's not looking great for blue side, of course, as they are probably going to be losing the game, or they have to turn it around somehow. Is there anything blue side can do here to actually win this game?
It's extremely hard because you're looking at an 8-5 Gale, who is like at her strongest point at this moment. The whole base in shambles. You have to turtle, make sure those inhibitors respawn so there's no backdoor risk. As you see in Nerea, you can just walk in alone, and you need to send at least one person to, I mean at least two persons to stop him, because yeah, he just kills your whole team with the build that he has now. Even the Lich Bane proc, it's insane, it's insane. So Turtle, make sure that you can pick off Nerea at this point, but it's gonna be a very, very long shot for seerees to win this series 2-0.
It's looking very difficult and near to impossible for blue side to actually be able to turn this fight around. What do you do against this Kale? You can't kill her, she'll just ult herself. You can't run away, she'll just chase you. So you have to find a fight where it's actually useful, where it's actually a good one positioning wise, to sort of ignore the Kale, I guess. Hope that she's maybe in the side lane for some weird reason. Find a 5v4 and then start to turn around the game from there. At this point, however, it's not going to look like Red Side is going to do anything else than just 5-man group and try to brute force the rest of the
They're
base.
gonna wanna finish right here, right now, waiting for someone to walk in there. Djibouti touting in the chat, commit guys, fight. They wanna go for it, and this might be the last fight of the game.
Cyclone coming through, they do maybe find Case there. He is gonna go really low. Is he gonna go low enough? So not at all, not gonna be able to find the damage or the kill onto him. Safa is there as well. Now Gayul saying, guys, I wanted to be part of this as well. And it is gonna look like they are going to finish the game. The fight was not in favor of blue side. Fights are finding another engage on Bendix. The flash was missed, but who really cares? Because Rusty Sniper is there with the damage alongside the Kale, the Asol. Everything is just too much, and they pick up the second game, turning into 1-1, making this game an actual best of 3. Get hyped, everybody. Let's go.
We've got a series, ladies and gentlemen, and the curse has been lifted. Red side won the first game in the scouting grounds. We had to take it to the finals to see it. And yeah, Team Vounghuard really showing what they've got there. Narea with the kill, of course, performing super well in the 1v1 and in the fights later on the game. Got to that state where he needs to be. And overall, a really, really good game from all the guys from Vounghuard. Rusty found the snipes, the hooks were landed, even the hacker in this game against Djibouti, because let's not forget, up until now, everyone who jungled against Djibouti got destroyed by him, but they showed that it doesn't have to be that way, and that they can match them in the play. Anyway, we're going for game 3. It will be the last game and the deciding game of who will win this Team THRLL Scouting Grounds. And you really don't want to miss it. So we'll be back in about 5 minutes, and stay tuned.